be getting the sensor data. Now data, so my sensor will be sending data in the packet of 5, and each packet will be having 8 bits, and each bit will be having a low pulse, and that low pulse okay, so like this, that each bit will be of low pulse and now high pulse, and depending upon the time period of the high pulse, my bit will be decided whether it is 0 or 1. So if 70 microsecond high pulse is received, then it is bit 1. If 26 to 28 microsecond high pulse is received for this much time period, then bit 0 is will be there, and each bit, data bit, will be preceded by a low pulse of 54 microseconds. Okay, so I have coded the same way only, that first of all 5 packets are there, so a bigger for loop in which it will be waiting from 0 to 4, that is 5 packets, and each packet has 8 bits. So starting from the MSB to the lowest bit, so first j equals to 7, and then j is decremented till the value of 0. Okay, so now as I have said, that it first sends the low pulse of 50 microseconds before the each data bit. So here I have done that same thing only while my pin has received the low pulse. Okay, agar low pulse mili hai, then get inside the function, and now I again check whether my low pulse is been there for about 50 microseconds. Okay, 50 microseconds low pulse. So if yes, then move forward. If it is greater than 50 microseconds, okay, if TCN20 is greater than 120, that is more than 50 microseconds, then it has occurred an error, so return to the main function. Same, now if it has not, if I have get a legit 54 microseconds or 50 microseconds of low pulse before a data bit, then it will come outside of this while loop, okay, and the if loop. Now I have again set my TCN T0 equals to 0, and I am going to monitor the high pulse time period. Now if while my pin is high, okay, so while is set pin h equals ph4, that is it is मेरी जब तक pin high है. Now for the time being it is high, I am going to monitor कि कितनी देर के लिए high है वो. So if TCN T0 is less than 160, now why I have chosen 160, because as I say इसके मेरा 70 या 26 to 28 microsecond के लिए 70 is for 1 and 26 to 28 is for 0. So maximum मेरा 70 microseconds के लिए तो it will be set to high. So if TCN T0 is less than 70 microseconds of delay, that is 70 microseconds delay will be generated by timer 0 by incrementing it till 0 to 160. Now when it has received the high pulse, okay, now let's say when it is high and it is less than 160, let's say 140, so my value of that TCN T0 will be stored at CNT, okay, variable. Else if it is not, if it is high for more than 70 microseconds, that is it has been high for a very long time, then it means my sensor is not working, and then it will return 1, that is come out of the while loop. Now if as soon as I have received a high pulse, so it will be only inside the while loop until the time I am getting a high pulse. Now let's say I get a low for only 28 microseconds, 28 will be around 90 or 80, okay. So when TCN20 will be 90 or 80, then it is high. In the next count, my pin will be set to low because it will be receiving a low pulse of 54 microseconds for the next data bit, so it will come out of this while loop directly, okay. So I have first okay, so it will come out of the while loop directly. So now if CNT equals to TCN T0, now I am going to compare CNT value. If it is greater than 40 and less than 70, that means it is 20 microseconds to 35 microseconds, and then my bit will be 0, so clear bit. Now if 120 is greater, if CNT is between 120 and less than 160, then it is that is time period of 60 microseconds to 80 microseconds, then my bit will be 1. So set bit data, okay, else return, that is data, okay. So in the last, after this thing will happen for total 40 bits, 5 data packets, each having 8 bits, and each bit will be stored correspondingly on the data variable which I have sent, okay. Now in the now in the end I'm checking whether my checksum is correct or not. So check is equals to the data 0 and all the sum of the all the first 4 bits, and the now end first 4 bit is okay. So checksum will be checked. Now if check is not equals to data 4, that then it will again return a some error, return 3, specifying that my sensor has not sent the correct data. It is working but it has not sent the correct data, okay. And then in the end I have this for loop, and the x will be the variable which I have called from the main function, okay, this one x, which will be storing my sensor data, okay. So this is the thing on how we are going to interface DHT11 sensor, okay. So now coming to the main function, it's simple, very simple. DHT11.h and DHT11.cpp files have been made to the directory of the IDE, and then simply call the function initialize, find response, and receive DHTX. X is the variable array, int array, which will be storing my all the temperature integer, decimal, humidity integer, decimal, and the checksum value. Now correspondingly first x0, okay, first will be my humidity integer part, and x1 second will be my integer humidity. No, wait, let me just show you. Yeah, so first will be my humidity integer part, and then humidity decimal part, x1. Then x2 will be my temperature integer part, and then temperature decimal part, and the last way is the checksum which is being checked. So now this is just a simple code, and then I'm just printing these decimal values, temperature values via decimal 0 on the terminal screen. So now let's just compile the code, okay, dht.cpp, and now count 13, okay. Now if you go here, you will see that we are receiving successful correct temperature and humidity, 71 degrees Celsius, 71.0 of humidity, and 20.5 of degrees Celsius of temperature, okay. So this is how we can code our DHT11 sensor to our AVR microcontrollers totally in embedded C, and this is how we actually use in Arduino IDE libraries also. So I hope you like it and you get to know that how our timer peripheral used for interfacing real-time sensors and modules to our microcontrollers, okay, by just using the required, like here we are generating the delay from the timer peripheral and just setting the high-low pins via GPIO peripheral, okay. So that's it for now, guys. I hope you like the video and you get to know something. If that's so, then do subscribe the channel and share the video. So that's it for now. Like the video, subscribe the channel, and press the bell icon to get notified for new videos, and share it with your friends.